Hello everyone, my name is Candace. I am a brand new reseller and I have had ups and downs on my first month of shipping with eBay. I'm going to share with you my 3 biggest takeaways that I've had over the past several weeks, and hopefully you can learn from my mistakes so you do not have to make them. I do have some wins and I can't wait to share those with you, so let's go ahead and get into it. Takeaway number 1, taking extra care when shipping out my goods in the packaging that I do, the thank you note that I write, and the communication that I've been giving in the messages is paying off. First off, it's been paying off with people being appreciative in my high level of communication with them, and I can give that kind of care and attention right now because I don't have crazy amounts of orders. So is it sustainable? I'm not sure, but as a new reseller, I think it's crucial. Secondly, taking the time and care to make sure that my packages that go out are securely wrapped, that I'm doing the best that I possibly can to make sure that nothing breaks along the way or that nothing gets damaged for the item that this person just bought. I do know and understand that there is $100 of a claim that you can put in if something does get damaged along the way. But the thought of someone getting something from me to them that is broken that they just bought just breaks my heart thinking of that. And so I try to make sure that it's like extra secure. A good example here, and I just got actually a really good review back today on it. This item came in a box already, and it was older, and I didn't want to just like put wrapping around that and then put the shipping label on it and just hope that it didn't break along the way. So I actually put it in a secondary box I had, and I'll show you here. I put it in a diaper box that I had. Most of us I know, and if you're not already doing this and you're a brand new reseller, reuse your boxes. Okay, that's like golden rule number 1. Reuse the boxes that are of quality that you can reuse, and to ship out all of your stuff, especially in the beginning. Anyways, so I had wrapped it up in this diaper box, and I shoved all of the like butcher paper that I had in and around it, and then I actually thought it was weird to ship it out and it had that like diaper box logo around it. So I wrapped it. I wrapped it like a gift in butcher paper, and it looked really nice. And I liked the way it looked when it came out, and it paid off. Look at this review that someone wrote for me. And it's crazy because the package got to them, and it was, as you can tell, and I'll kind of try and zoom in on the picture here, the package came like it had already kind of, maybe someone peered into it or ripped into it. It got damaged along the way. I am not sure. But either way, the customer on the other end was super grateful that I took the extra care and time to make sure their package was secure. And this is like a hard to come by item. So it's not like they could probably just kind of replace it easily. And if so, would have been a pain. And I couldn't replace it. So I'm very happy and very grateful, and that is my biggest takeaway, is taking the extra care and time that it is to make sure you're secure, the packages are secure on their way out, is paying off in such a big way, and I'm going to continue to do it. Lastly, before I move on to the next takeaway, someone had asked in another video, what am I using as a new reseller as far as like packing material goes? I am actually using this. It is a roll of butcher paper. I actually already had it on hand. I believe it costed me $70. I'll try and throw up a picture here of one online. It is thicker than like other paper rolls, and so it crumbles up really nicely, and it kind of keeps its shape when you crumble it up. And so I've noticed when I'm packaging my goods that like really thick kind of like butcher paper crumbled up has been keeping things safe, as you saw in the example I had just given right before. And it's a giant roll. So I guess $70, that's not too bad. If there are other suggestions of what people use, whether it's in the beginning or experienced sellers, please leave your comments below. For all of us who are learning, we're trying to figure out how to save on shipping costs. So that is what's working for me, and I'm still going to continue to do that. Okay, takeaway number 2. This one's comical because I can't even count how many comments that I have received on one of my first videos. is to not offer free shipping. I did a video, which if you have not seen it, I'll link it in the description below. It is the video I did about the first 3 sales in my first week on eBay. And in 2 of those sales, I offered free shipping. And I cannot tell you how many people said, do not do it, do not do it, do not do it. I did learn the hard way. I did learn the hard way in the free shipping game. I think I'm a conditioned customer with Amazon to just think that that's how the world works. And that's not how the world works. And so I have since changed all of my listings to offer or to having the customer pay for shipping. What I do not know and understand, and this is why I think I initially offered free shipping, is one, there are other YouTubers out there that are saying to do that, and I think they're more big time mainstream and they do thousands and thousands of dollars. That is not me, at least not yet. And 2, I see other listings online that offer free shipping and they have like super crazy competitive pricing. So I have no idea how they're doing it. I am boggled. So if there's anyone who knows how and why that's happening, it's not everywhere, but I do see it. And so I think that's kind of why I thought that I should offer that at first. Biggest thing that you need to know and understand about free shipping and calculating your shipping is that you cannot, if you have listings right now, and this is what I learned the hard way, you cannot modify that once your item is listed and it is either being watched or in somebody's cart already. So there are other items I have sold since me attempting to try and change all my listings that I am still having to give free shipping on, because by the time I went back in and I tried to change it to not offering free shipping, someone had already had it in their cart or they had hearted it like they're a watcher, and that is unfortunate for me. So learn from my mistakes so you do not have to, but that is my biggest or my second biggest takeaway from shipping. Which brings me to the third and final biggest takeaway that I've had on shipping my first month on eBay is how to charge for shipping. This one has been so mind-boggling for me. I have asked many different people. I asked the gentleman at the post office. My aunt, who's a longtime reseller, she has given me excellent advice. Many of you in the comments have said so many different things, and there's a couple of things that I think that I just need to take into consideration each time I'm going to list something and how I'm going to charge for shipping. Because I am a brand new reseller and I don't have just an array of super specific boxes and I am just kind of gathering the free boxes that come to my front door right now, when I list an item, I generally don't know exactly what box I am going to use. So I think I'm going to go with what my aunt has suggested that if I do calculated shipping, I'm going to add a couple of inches on each side and make sure that I weigh the item first so that I definitely know what the weight is of that item. The reason why the weight, I have learned, is so important is because most of us do prepaid shipping, like you print your own label at home and you get it discounted when you buy it at home. And if you're not doing that already, you definitely should be doing that because it's less expensive than buying post at the post office. It is very important for you to know what your item weighs before you go to print your label. I learned that once you have selected on eBay the calculated shipping option when you list an item, if they purchase that item and they do the calculated shipping, they pay that calculated shipping, you cannot, as a seller, go in and modify things after the fact. And I thought to myself, oh, I could go in and I can put the exact box size and the exact weight at the very, very end once everything's all packaged up. And then if I'm over, I'll just go ahead and take the hit on that. And if it's under, then I made $1 or $2. No. When you do calculated shipping on eBay, you cannot do that. It is set in stone, and you just have to click pay for pay for shipping label right then and there. And then it is for whatever it is that you set it up for in your listing. So I sold an item and I went over to the post office and I said, I think that this is accurate. Can you please just double check? And he put it on his scale and I was off. I was off on the weight on it. And he was like, yeah, you're off by like 7 ounces. And I was like, oh, darn. I'm like, okay, well, what do I do? Do I have to pay you right here? He's like, no. He's like, I can't. He's like, you already have this, taped up and it's already prepaid postage. And they will, flag it along the way. So then I said, what do you mean they're going to flag it along the way? Which gave me immediate panic. I thought to myself, great, I'm only a few sales in and I'm going to mess this up already. So then he said, no, like there is this, system that they check it. So I go online to check it out and I'll put some information right here is if you mispurchase and you miscalculate it, you mess up, you purchase a shipping label ahead of time and it's either overpaid or underpaid, there is technology along the way, according to their website, that will catch this mishap and then charge you accordingly. And they say they're going to refund you accordingly. I would love to see the proof in the pudding. If they're really going to refund you, I have no idea. If there's people who have actually received refunds from overpaid postage, please tell us. Let us know in the comments because if that's the case, I won't stress out so much. But I am definitely taking a step back and reevaluating. This is like my biggest takeaway right here. Reevaluating how it is that I'm going to list these items to make sure that I am as accurate as possible in my postage ahead of time because I know that I can't modify it after the fact. There have been a handful of you who have suggested flat rate shipping, and I'm definitely going to look into that. I think it's going to work for me for a handful of my items. I have not ventured into that. So if you've had a ton of success on flat rate shipping, these are the current pricings that I have seen at the post office, and I am excited to kind of play around with that. And then there's one last tip that my gentleman at the post office gave me is to download the USPS app and play around with shipping costs, which I thought was a great tip, and I did. So I've been going into the app and I've kind of just been playing around with it because I know it depends on where you are in the country. So if you are in a certain part of the country and you got to go X amount of miles, that affects the shipping as well. And so if you are curious, like, hey, I just want to know, I have this item I'm going to sell and it's this amount of, it weighs this much. Let's pretend I sell it to someone way in Timbuktu. What does that look like? So downloading the USPS app and just kind of playing around with shipping has helped me in my downtime. And I'm very grateful for that little tip. And there you have it. Those are my 3 biggest takeaways from my first month on shipping. I know that this is a tricky part. There are 2 really fun things in reselling. That is the picking and the selling. The 2 non-fun things are the listing and the shipping, although I might be off on that. But I am so grateful for all of your help and insight, and I am continuing to learn along the way. Please follow me so I can make all the mistakes so you don't have to. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and I will be chatting with you soon.